PoK has witnessed one of its biggest unrests in recent years as thousands took to the streets across the region in protest against the Shehbaz Sharif government. The Awami Action Committee, which is actually a stooge of the centre, called the shutter down wheel jam, chakka jam, strike across several districts, forcing authorities to deploy heavy security and internet blackout. Even the ACC is fed up. They said the campaign that they've launched is for the fundamental rights that have been denied to PoK residents to be restored. They said over 70 years we have been denied our fundamental rights. And these protests are the latest in a series of revolts that have gripped Pakistan, from Balochistan to KPK in the west and southwest, to PoK and Sindh in the east and southeast respectively. And I just want to ask one fundamental question to Sushant Sareen on this. Sushant Sareen, is Pakistan really on a ventilator? Is its sovereignty right now in the balance, or A, are we making too much of it because they just use disproportionate force against its own people and they'll quell all of these uprisings? Or do you really feel there are fissures now which are going to become irreconcilable and easily, perhaps, even exploitable?
Rahul, can you just confirm if I heard you correct? You said the Awami Action Committee is a stooge of the central government in Islamabad?
Yes, in some ways.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
In fact, it is probably the single most potent challenge that the government in Pakistan has faced in Pakistan-Occupied Kashmir. This is a completely Kashmiri-led movement. They have taken up cudgels against the military, against the intelligence agency, which are omnipresent in that region, against the puppets in Jammu and Kashmir, in PoK, people who are in government or in the so-called mainstream politics. The way these guys have organized themselves, the way they have reached at the grassroots and got grassroots level support, this is the kind of, or at least it has a resemblance to some of the big movements that we have seen in the region. And this is not
Are you telling me that some of the people I spoke to today are misinforming by suggesting that they're only doing this to cut a deal and keep the other factions that they've so far been instrumental in sort of representing the center out of it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because I think this is a completely different phenomena. There are overlaps of some people who might have been attached to mainstream parties, but in many ways, this movement seems to be the representative party of the people of PoK.
Okay.
So it's not a creation of the Pakistani deep state or military establishment. This is something much bigger than that. And the way they've organized themselves, I think that is quite remarkable. But on the other question which you asked, yes, look, the Pakistani government has tried all kinds of things, and they've tried to use brute force against movements in Pakistan. So, for example, there is an Islamist movement. We may or may not identify with it. I certainly don't. I don't think anybody in India does, with the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, even though the Pakistanis foolishly claim that they are supported by India. But the fact of the matter remains that the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan has challenged the Pakistan army by force of arms. The Pakistan army has used air power, they've used gunships, they've used artillery, they've used mortar shelling, they've used and APCs against these people. Have they managed to quell them? No. They have done similar things against the Baloch and gone a couple of steps further by virtually engaging in a kind of a genocide, trying to wipe out the intellectual leadership in the Baloch, catching hold of young students, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids.
So you're saying we're now at a point of inflection. I'm running out of time. 30 seconds. Yes, sir.
Have they managed to control it? They can't. So they have tried all the brute force, but there are movements which are erupting, like, that famous title, there are 1 million mutinies now emerging in Pakistan. And I don't think that the state will be able to quell them all. I'm not saying that they will reach a point of no return just yet, but this is a very serious crisis that Pakistan is facing.
Well, we're going to have I've run out of time, Dr. Ranganathan, completely on the show. Sushant Sareen, thank you for setting that initial balance right and clarifying that point. Very important, viewers. This is serious. This is going to have implications for Pakistan and its sovereignty as we know it. We leave it at that, viewers.